Hello everyone, this is Shokora Zouheikyoku aka chocomint, and welcome to a new Let's Play. This time it's about a game called 18101 Love Project. As you can't see the whole name since I'm covering the title of the game, this is a recommendation from Espreneur829. I hope I didn't butcher the name. So it looks pretty complete, and so I'm going to try it out since the concept looks pretty cute so far. I believe this is a submission to AHT Spring 2023 Game Jam, which is I think about a month ago or so. So or more, maybe a few months. I'm late to everything. So this is by ationa as a publisher of this game. And it's about taking a class on dating. So, how to date? Maybe a class on how to date, I suppose. I hope we'll get a date or at least find some love. Let's go. You make it to class just in time. The professor has just opened up his slides and started going through the first remarks of his lecture. Almost every seat is taken, except two. There's one empty seat at the front of the room besides the guy who always seems to be taking diligent notes. You think he is named Mason? Probably. Maybe being at the front will help you not fall asleep and allow your weary eyes to not strain themselves from the back, where there's another empty seat in the back corner with Felix, your friend who's furiously typing away at his laptop, probably not taking notes, but working on his next story for the campus newspaper. Maybe the clicking of his keyboard will help you wake up, and some side banter about the class will keep you invested. Interesting, so we can choose one at first now. So Mason or Felix? Let's go with the first come first serve, so Mason first. You make your way gingerly along the sides of the classroom down to the front and slide into the seat next to Mason as quietly as you can. Also, I actually haven't taken a really close look at the potential of interest at all. I'm just choosing it because I don't know. So first come first serve, as I mentioned earlier. Interestingly, the art style is kind of funny. The background is really messy or very sketchy. But the sprite is, I can see the same style, but it's more detailed because our guy here is important. It's very cute though. I like the art style. He glanced over to him and gave an apologetic nod. He turns right back to the professor and the board, barely acknowledging you. He's written his name in the top corner of his notes page. His name is Jason, not Mason, so it was probably a good thing you didn't actually say hi. You know why you chose to take an 8 a.m.? The infamous course Dating 101 is only offered once every 2 years, but still, every morning you wonder if it was worth it as your eyes get heavier and heavier. Yes, imagine participating in the course Dating 101 and yet you unable to find any date at all. That's gonna suck a lot. But if the professor is easy with the points and everything, then we'll just use this course as a way to get easy points. Maybe. No amount of coffee or energy drinks can help you. The spring sun warms your skin like a soft blanket. Your posture gets worse and worse. In a desperate attempt to stay awake, you drown out the class with a tune you can't get out of your head. There will be rhythm games dispersed throughout this visual novel at crucial moments. These mini-games will use your arrow keys. Okay. Right now, hit the beats to do your best to stay awake during your class. Press space when you're ready to begin. Okay. Ooh, mini games. Okay, I'm ready. hope I'm doing it right. I mean, they're disappearing. Good. The hits are going up, so I think we're doing well. Though the amount of music and background music is jarring because I can barely hear the background music, and then this music is really loud. There are moments when you think you're going to conk out to the lullaby, but your willpower rebels over your body in the end, so you can pay attention to the professor's lecture.
The number one rule of dating is
being adaptable.
correct. Please raise your hand next time, but I'm glad you're listening. Adaptability, which is why your homework due next class is a group project on the perfect date.
Okay.
Research these books for students like yourselves and give a presentation on what you learned next class.
As your mind tries to process the idea of a group project that needs to be done in 2 days, the professor begins to assign groups.
Group 2 will be Jason, Matthew, Felix, and
What is your name? Okay, do we have our original or default name? Okay, no, they don't have the default name, so I'm going to put my name into this. Shokora.
Shokora.
You're suddenly woken up now.
Please take the rest of the class time to get in with your groups and discuss the project.
People begin to get out of their seats and move to meet with their group members. Well, look who's finally make it to class on time. Hey, not all of us can get up at dawn. For K-pop music video releases at that. I go to the gym sometimes too. We're getting off topic already. What should we do for the project? I mean, plan the perfect date. But how? It's simple, right? Do something fun together. Going out to eat is a classic. But you can't really talk since you'll be eating. You'll be able to see if your tastes are compatible. Food is really important. Yeah, I guess that's fair, but I think true personalities come out when you're playing games or being active. My mom's always said that the best way to treat someone is to get them a good meal. My mom always said I should take my head out of books and go do something. Oh jeez. Why don't we let Shokora choose? Yeah, which date sounds better to you? Okay, now that I think about it, I feel like the art style is a bit different for each guy. For some reason. Maybe it's just me. Maybe it's the truth. I'll have to check it later to see the artist, but I feel like the art style is not very the same. It's just a note. It's nothing wrong. Everyone looks great. Looks very beautiful. Yes. Yeah, which date sounds better to you? Fine, we are a team after all. Your route will allow you into Jason's or Felix route. What about Matthew? No Matthew route? Okay. I did notice that there's only 2 routes, I think. Yes, 2 routes. Too bad. I mean, which was the better? I would love to experience Matthew's route, but I guess he's not available. Okay, let's go with Jason's idea. Why not? Food sounds great. A culture decision. Alright.
I'll scope out some places tomorrow night.
I'll go with you to make sure.
Make sure what?
All opinions are represented in the final project. Sure. I guess Felix and I will put together the PowerPoint.
It will be the best PowerPoint this class has ever seen. You can count on me and Matthew.
Sounds like a plan. Shokora, what's your number? So I can text you about restaurants, that is. You give Jason your number, and before your group can say anything more.
Class dismissed. Let me know if you have any questions about the project during my office hours.
You say goodbye to your group, gather your things, and dash to your next class. You really should optimize your schedule better next year. Okay, one option, leave. One day until presentation. The professor didn't need to sprint a group project due next class on everyone. This was supposed to be an easy elective. Hopefully, it'll be fun getting to know a new classmate. Remember, Jason, not Mason. Okay. You text with Jason after your classes end for the day. He says he knows a nice spot within walking distance from campus, so you plan to meet up later that night for dinner. Jason said he'll meet you at your dorm in the evening and advises that you should wear something nice. He said it was a fancy Italian place, but also you're a broke college student, so your wardrobe is limited. You hear a knock at the door. Your time management is slightly off this week. Yesterday's class as example 1, there's no time to give your outfit much thought. Okay. Throw out what you wore for your friend's birthday party at Benny's. Go for that business casual outfit that you wore for an interview. I guess. It is a very fancy restaurant, and we need something fancy. But the business casual outfit sounds too like official and stuff. It is not an interview. It's like going on a date, so it shouldn't be too uptight. But then, on the other hand, the what you wore for your friend's birthday party at Benny's is like, I'm not sure how it will look. So let's go for the business casual outfit because fancy stuff. Take out the nice jacket that you wore for that interview a few weeks ago. You open the door for Jason. Hey, you look nice. Okay, it works. It's the more uptight one, but it works. Thanks, you too. Oh, thank you very much. I picked the sort of thing I'll wear to an interview. Do you think it's appropriate for a date? It suits you. Wow, it is a suit. I'm ready to head out when you are. Alright, it's not far and the weather is nice today, so we can walk there. After some small talk about the weather in the campus squirrel that ran past, you make it to an authentic looking Italian restaurant. You've never been here, but you've heard good things about this place from your classmates. The lights inside are dim, and you can't tell if the plants are plastic or not. The waiter sits you down at the table and you look over the menu quietly for a beat. Come here often? Never, actually. I see. I've been here a few times. Oh wow, really? What would you recommend? Their pasta is pretty good. It fills you up. Oh, okay, I'll take your word for it. Jason is quiet, his eyes focused on the menu, but he's gripping the paper pretty tightly. Is he nervous? His eyebrows furrow as he scans the options. Don't worry about the prices, okay? Just pick whatever sounds good to you, and I'll pay. Are you sure? We can split it, really. I insist. This is supposed to be the perfect date after all. That's kind of him. It doesn't seem like he'll back down, so you decide it's better to accept than to argue. You scan the menu again to make your final decision on what to order. Okay? A drink, an appetizer, and entry. A simple entry. Should we be polite and not waste too much of his money, or we go out for a drink, appetizer, and entry? Let's be nice. Let's not do that to the guy, since he's paying for both of them. So a simple entry should be fine, and I don't think we can eat that much either. I think I'll get the soup of the week. Oh, I was gonna get that too. I like soup. I like soup too. He smiles a little, looking somewhere between embarrassed and happy. Guilty pleasure, maybe? No, I wonder what the soup of the week is. Pasta fagioli, minestrone. The waiter arrives as if on cue, startling you both. This week is French onion soup. Oh, thank you. Of course. Are you ready to order? You glance up at Jason for confirmation. Yes, we'll both have a French onion soup. Thank you. The waiter nods, writing down your order and slinking off. You wait for him to be out of earshot before bursting into laughter, doing your best to muffle the sound behind your hand. French onion soup? This is an Italian restaurant. Jason starts to chuckle too. Maybe next week will be chicken tortilla soup. Oh, miso, Mr. Worldwide. Man, now I'm even hungrier than I was before. Me too. Soup. He nods sagely in agreement. Soup. You wait patiently for the soups to arrive. The silence stops being filled by the restaurant music, and you search your brain for something to talk about. So, why are you taking this class? Oh, just because. I thought it would be fun. You're taking classes without having a set reason? I wouldn't put it like that. I'm taking the classes I need to, of course, but I'm also getting a chance to try out whatever I'm interested in. I see. I guess if it works for you, I can't really critique that way of thinking. What do you mean? Oh, don't take this the wrong way. It's just, I have a plan written out for the next 10 years of my life. I can't afford to take my time or I'll fall behind. What's your major? You're in the business school, right? Accounting. Oh, do you like math? Not particularly, but I'm good at it. It's a useful skill to have. Totally. Could you follow my task? I could give you a family and friends discount when I have my own firm in about 8 years from now. You didn't think he'll take that seriously. No, that's okay. Just let me know if you change your mind. The waiter arrives with 2 steaming bowls of French onion soup. It smells heavenly. Here comes the hardest part of a dinner date. Eating without spilling your soup all over yourself. Eat carefully to maintain your dignity. Press space when you're ready to begin the rhythm game. Okay, oh my. Okay. You finish your meal with a clean plate and clean clothes. I'm glad you enjoy our food. Jason picks up the check before you can even try to offer again. The two of you leave the restaurant, feeling warm for the food despite a cold night breeze. The food was pretty good, but the portions were tiny and overpriced. His comments make you wonder if he actually been there before. Was he bluffing earlier tonight? I mean, I agree. I'm still a bit hungry. Would you want to grab a snack somewhere else? Sorry, I'm good for tonight. Definitely, I'm starving. Great, I know just the place. Jason leads the way with confident strides. He mutters something under his breath as you walk. What was that? I'm never going to that restaurant again. Oh, the table though. Okay. I thought you have a good time. The soup was delicious. Sure, but that tiny bowl of soup for $12. I could buy 12 cheeseburgers for the same amount of money. Less even. I didn't take you as a cheeseburger kind of guy. Food is food. After about 10 minutes, you find yourself staring up at a yellow W sign. Are we a W McDonald's? Is that okay? Even though it wasn't that far, you've already walked off the soup and ended up as hungry as you were at the start of the night. W Dono sounds perfect right now. How can I say no to W Donos? I'm pretty sure I'm not pronouncing the name right either. I'm glad you feel the same. Jason's shoulders relax and he lets out a long breath of relief. You're welcome into the interior with the familiar smells of fries and tinge of plastic. You feel like a little kid again. There are families sitting in the slippery booths and also a handful of college students digging into meals as the speakers play barely discernible pop music. You waste no time and approach the cash register right away to order. I'll have a cheeseburger and fries. And just for today, also a WC flurry if your machine is working. Just got it fixed this morning. Is my lucky dead end? I'll get an order of 10 WC nuggets, please. Will that be all? Let Jason pay or insist on paying this time. Let's go. Yes. You take out your card before Jason has time to react. No excuse or exceptions. I'm paying this time. Okay, fair. Also, can we have 2 cups for water? The employee gives us 2 tiny kids' cups with a resigned look. Thank you. Jason takes the 2 cups and walks to the soda fountain. He takes a quick look around before filling the cups with a mix of drinks. None of them water. What are you doing? Living on the edge. I'll make you my signature drink combination. My siblings love it. Once you have it, you can't go back. Alright, let's see. Once Jason is done mixing and swirling the concoction, he hands the cup to me. The liquid is a nice orange-pink color and slightly bubbly. It's fruity with a slight tang that stays with you. I can see why your siblings like it. Oh, this is one of the best drinks I ever had. I try. You're like a mad scientist. Are you sure you're not a chemistry major? Jason throws his head back in laughter, then looks to the ground. Maybe in an alternate dimension. Order 125. I think that's us. Yeah. You hold your drinks while Jason drops the food. It's a little loud in here. My family used to do this a bit back home, but how about we eat outside? It's not too late yet and the weather is nice. Just as Jason says this, a little league baseball team falls in, cheering and patting each other on the back. Good idea. Jason leads you back out and finds a little patch of grass under a street light. Let's dig in. Just as he brings the cheeseburger to his lips, his phone rings. He immediately drops his meal and answers. Hi, Mom. Huh. Rosalie did that again. We should put her in gymnastics. I think I can help you out with the lessons. His smile rose softer and bigger as he talks to his family. The conversation goes on for a few more minutes. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Thanks. I'm sure my presentation will go okay too. Love you, bye. You talk to your mom every day? That's sweet. Thanks. It's a compliment for sure. Okay. Thanks. Jason finally takes a bite of his cheeseburger and washes it down with his drink. Could you not say anything about all of this to anyone? Of course, but really, I don't think there's anything to be ashamed about. Your mom sounded nice. Eavesdropping? No? It's fine. If I really didn't want you to hear, I would have walked over there. You know that 10-year plan I mentioned earlier? People might find it rigid, but it's all for my family, and that makes it worth it. Your family is lucky to have you. Make sure you do things for yourself too. Don't worry, I do. But I choose this too. You know I don't even have a car. It was hard to narrow down as restaurants within walking distance from campus. I don't either. Plenty of people don't. It's mine. I think that's an even nice point to make in our presentation. You're right. I'll make sure to add that in. As you sit outside and snack on your nuggets, you begin to think that taking the time to sit outside is the best way to end the night. How long has it been since you last did this? This was not how you expected this day to go with a classmate who you had only just met yesterday. Ready to walk back? We're not too far from campus actually. I should come here more often. It's a nice activity to help clear your mind. Just food and nature. Activity? Sounds like you agree with Felix now? Don't tell him that. I know you two are friends. Either it. You spend a day planning out the presentation. There are loads in conversation, but they're comfortable. It's calming to just take in the simplicity of the night. Jason sees you back to the front of your dorm. Thanks for going out with me tonight. We have plenty of material for the presentation now. Yeah, I'll see you tomorrow in class. Good night, Shokora. Good night, Jason. Presentation day. Your night out with Jason was surprising in more ways than one. Though it was nice to go to a fancy restaurant, it was a good change of pace to slow down and enjoy a fast food meal. You had plenty of notes for your group project, and as promised, you kept the things you learned about Jason a secret, and couldn't help thinking about your conversation while attempting to do homework until you fell asleep. Okay, it's the presentation day! Woo! This time you're really going to be late. You hastily brush your teeth and make yourself look presentable. At least you didn't walk out in your slippers. Again. Do your best to race to class and beat the clock in this last rhythm game. Press space when you're ready to start. Okay? I actually wonder, since the last rhythm game I actually did it perfectly, is it okay to make mistake in this rhythm game to get a good outcome from this? Or is it you have to finish it like completely perfect? Okay, this is short. What? The eating one is much longer, actually. What? Come on. You trip over a clock on your way to the classroom, but in some miraculous feat of agility, you avoid face planting and keep running. You think that the fall gave you even more momentum somehow? You make it to the class just in time and grab the nearest empty seat.
I hope none of you forgot about your group presentation for today. I'm excited to see what you all have come up with. Let's get started to give you all ample time to make your arguments for the perfect date. Group 1.
You can't help but bounce your leg under the table throughout the entirety of Group 1's presentation. You had time to look over the presentation after Matthew sent the finished PowerPoint sometime after midnight. Apparently, Matthew was a graphic designer and made the PowerPoint with beautiful detail. Ooh, nice. Despite the well-made PowerPoint, you can't help but be nervous. Your phone buzzes in your lap. With the utmost care and caution, you check the notification. You don't want to bring the Ralph's attention to you more than your timely arrival already has. It's a text from Jason. Don't worry, if anything happens, I'll cover for you. Wait just in, it's time.
Group 2.
Before Jason can take over, Matthew starts off the recitation and cues each person when it's their turn to speak. You take each line in stride, and each person seamlessly explains their talking points with good transitions. Felix even gets a laugh from the professor at some point. At the end of the recitation, Jason gives time for the class to ask questions. One person asked for clarification on a price breakout chart he included, which Jason seemed pleased to answer. The brow smiles and finishes writing down notes for us. As we sit back down, he taps in the next group. For a group project that went better than you expected, you feel good about it. The rest of the class just by quickly now that your presentation is over.
Thank you all for the presentations. The quiz will be out by the end of the week. I hope you all learned something from this. As a reward for your hard work, no homework for this weekend.
Yee, no homework. Someone lets out a whoop at the back of the class, making everyone chuckle, even the professor.
Have a good weekend.
As everyone in the class backs up, groups begin to talk amongst themselves and bond over the shared trauma of having to put a recitation together in 2 days. Yeah, that's true. 2 days is really short time, especially if you have all the classes at the same time. It's been a whirlwind, and you want to end the project on a good note. Thanks for all of the hard work, guys. You did a great job on the recitation, Matthew. Felix, would you like to go on an official date with me next time? Hey, Jason, would you like to go on a real picnic with me? Do you like eating in the parking lot of WC Donald's that much? With you, yeah. Oh. Sure. I mean, it'll be nice to go again. With you. I'm happy you feel the same. Yes, same to you. I mean, I'm glad too. You have my number, so let's text to figure out the details. I'll text you tonight when I'm done with my classes. I'm looking forward to it. See you later, Shokora. See you later, Jason. Nice. More dates. Another date. Dating 101 Love Project. Class dismissed. Nice. Okay, that's a cute ending. I would love some extra epilogues, like more dates. Like epilogues for each guy. I mean, more dates and cute dates, things like that. But their ending they did end on a good note. So that should be it for Playground for now. Next time we will move on to Feel Sprout, in which we will get another different kind of date with a friend. Maybe something more, I don't know. So it's a cute little game actually. The route is really awkward at first, but it gets better. And we actually get to know our friend, our date. Yeah. And potential of further days on the way. So, ooh, that's cute. I hope that something will come out of that, or maybe just more hangouts and being closer as friends. Who knows? Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you on the next playthrough of Dating 101 Love Project. Bye bye.